There is a silent conversation happening inside you every single morning. Before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, before the world begins asking something from you, your mind speaks first. And most people never notice what it says. Some wake up with pressure. Some wake up with regret. Some wake up already feeling behind. But according to the Buddha, suffering does not begin in the world. It begins in the mind. And what you repeatedly tell yourself becomes the shape of your life. So today I want to share with you 5 things you must tell yourself daily. Not as empty affirmations, but as truths rooted in Buddhist wisdom. Let's begin. 1. This moment is enough. The Buddha taught that craving is the root of suffering. Not pain, not difficulty, not failure. Craving. The constant feeling that something else must happen before you can be at peace. I'll be happy when, I'll rest after, I'll feel worthy if. But life is always happening now. When you wake up, tell yourself, this moment is enough. Not because everything is perfect, but because peace does not require perfection. When you accept the present moment, even if it contains discomfort, you stop fighting reality. And when you stop fighting reality, you stop multiplying your suffering. The mind says, this shouldn't be happening. Wisdom says, it is happening, now what? That shift changes everything. Acceptance is not weakness, it is clarity. You are not surrendering to life, you are aligning with it. Tell yourself daily, I do not need another moment to begin being at peace. Stay with that. Let it sink in. Breathing pause. Now let's move to the second truth. 2. I am not my thoughts. Every day your mind produces thousands of thoughts. Some are neutral, some are creative, some are cruel. And the dangerous part? Most people believe every single one. The Buddha taught that the mind, when untrained, behaves like a wild monkey, jumping from branch to branch, restless, reactive, loud. A thought appears, I am not good enough, and instead of observing it, you become it. Another thought appears, I will fail, and instead of questioning it, you fear it. But here is what you must tell yourself daily. I am not my thoughts. A thought is simply a mental event. It is not your identity, it is not your destiny. When anger arises, you can say there is anger, instead of I am an angry person. When fear arises, there is fear, instead of I am weak. This small shift creates space, and in that space is freedom. Meditation, according to Buddha, is not about stopping thoughts. It is about seeing them clearly, watching them arrive, watching them pass, like clouds. When you wake up and tell yourself, I am not my thoughts, you weaken the power of anxiety. You weaken the grip of insecurity. You weaken the illusion that every inner voice is truth. And over time you begin to experience peace. Not because your mind is silent, but because you are no longer controlled by its noise. Pause for a moment. Notice your breathing. Notice your thoughts. And remember, you are the observer, not the storm. 3. Everything is temporary. This is one of the deepest teachings of Buddha. Impermanence. Everything changes. Your mood changes. Your body changes. Your circumstances change. Your relationships change. And yet we suffer because we want things to stay the same. We cling to pleasure, we resist pain. But both move on. Tell yourself daily, this will pass. If you are experiencing joy and appreciate it, do not cling. If you are experiencing pain, endure it. Do not panic. Nothing remains. The bad days do not stay forever. The good days do not stay forever. And understanding this gives you balance. You stop being overly attached to success. You stop being destroyed by failure. When you truly understand impermanence, you become steady, calm in praise, calm in criticism, calm in gain, calm in loss. Because you know, this too will pass. And in that understanding, your mind softens. You stop reacting so strongly to every wave. You learn to float. I release what I cannot control. Every morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, before notifications, before expectations, before pressure, tell yourself, I release what I cannot control. This single sentence can liberate you from 80% of your suffering. Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering. But what is attachment? It is not love, it is not desire, it is not ambition. Attachment is the illusion that you can control outcomes. You try to control how people see you. You try to control whether someone stays in your life. You try to control results, timing, opportunities, money, recognition. And when things don't go according to your plan, you suffer. Not because life is cruel, but because reality did not obey your expectations. Listen carefully. There are only two categories in life. 1, what you can control. 2, what you cannot. You can control your effort, your discipline, your response, your attitude, your integrity. You cannot control other people's opinions, the past, the future, timing, sudden change, death, loss, rejection. Yet most people invest their emotional energy in the second category, and that is why they feel powerless. Buddha once compared life to holding sand in your hand. Clench your fist tightly, the sand slips away. Open your palm gently, the sand rests peacefully. The tighter you grip life, the more anxious you become. The more you surrender wisely, the more peaceful you feel. This does not mean you become passive. It means you become internally free. You still work hard, you still dream, you still love, but you no longer attach your identity to the outcome. If the business succeeds, and good. If it fails, and you learn. If someone stays, beautiful. If they leave, you grow. If praise comes, you remain humble. If criticism comes, you remain steady. You cannot control how many views it gets. When you launch a product, you cannot control who buys. When you speak your truth, you cannot control who misunderstands you. But you can control consistency. You can control quality. You can control growth. Peace begins the moment you detach your worth from results. Every morning, tell yourself, I will do my best, the rest is not mine. That sentence alone removes anxiety. It removes desperation. It removes comparison. Comparison is attachment to outcomes other people are experiencing. You see someone win and you think, that should have been me. But you do not know their timing. You do not know their karma. You do not know their preparation. The bamboo tree grows underground for years before breaking the surface. Would you call it a failure during those hidden years? Or would you call it preparation? Sometimes your season is underground. Let others bloom. Your time is not late, it is aligning. And this is why you must tell yourself daily, I release what I cannot control. Release the need to rush. Release the need to impress. Release the need to force. Release the fear of missing out. Release the illusion that everything must happen now. Because forcing life creates tension. Trusting life creates peace. And peace is the highest success. So tomorrow morning, before you open your phone, close your eyes, take one deep breath, and whisper, I release what I cannot control. I choose effort. I choose peace. That is freedom. That is strength. That is wisdom. Number 5, everything is temporary. Before you begin your day, tell yourself, everything is temporary. This is not a negative sentence. It is the most freeing truth you will ever accept. Buddha called this anicca, impermanence. Everything changes. Your mood changes. Your body changes. Your relationships change. Your success changes. Your struggles change. Nothing, absolutely nothing, stays the same. And yet, we live as though things are permanent. When we are in pain, we believe it will last forever. When we succeed, we act like it can never fade. When someone hurts us, we believe the wound is eternal. When someone loves us, we assume they will never leave. But life moves, like seasons. No winter stays forever. No summer remains untouched. If you are struggling right now, listen carefully. This moment is not your identity. It is a season. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not forgotten. You are passing through a chapter, and chapters end. The mistake most people make is building permanent emotions around temporary situations. A bad day becomes a bad life. A rejection becomes I'm not good enough. A delay becomes I'm not destined. But everything shifts. Think about 5 years ago. You survived things you once thought would destroy you. You healed from pain you once believed would never fade. You outgrew versions of yourself you thought were permanent. And 5 years from now, today's worries may look small. This is why you must tell yourself daily, everything is temporary. When you feel anxiety, it will pass. When you feel sadness, it will pass. When you feel anger, it will pass. But also, when you feel success, stay humble. When you feel praised, stay grounded. When you feel powerful, stay aware, because that too will pass. Impermanence creates balance. It protects you from arrogance. It protects you from despair. It reminds you to appreciate the present moment, right now. This breath, this opportunity, this life. Buddha taught that suffering deepens when we resist change, but peace comes when we flow with it. If someone leaves your life, it may be making space for someone aligned. If something ends, it may be preparing you for expansion. If something delays, it may be protecting you from a mistake. Trust the rhythm of life. Trust that you are not stuck, you are evolving. And tomorrow morning before you rise, tell yourself, this moment is temporary. I will not let it define me. Because you are not your circumstances, you are the awareness experiencing them. And awareness is always greater than the storm. Now let me tell you something important. If this message resonates with you, if you truly want to discipline your mind and transform your mornings, I have created something special. I've created a 7-day Buddha Guide Challenge, the structured journey where for 7 days you will rewire your mindset, practice daily mental discipline, build emotional control, develop inner peace, and strengthen your self-awareness. If you are interested in joining the 7-day Buddha Guide Challenge, comment below, I'm interested, and I will show you how to begin. This could be the reset your life needs. If this video helped you even a little, subscribe to this channel for more daily wisdom, inner mastery, and life transformation. Your journey begins with one decision. Choose awareness, choose discipline, choose peace. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next teaching.